Beautiful morning. You're welcome to Women's Corner. It's exciting to be here today because it's the last week of the month, and of course by next week we'll be having a new month, which is September. December is fast approaching. But anyways, you're welcome to Women's Corner. My name is Rose Blossom. This program runs from 11 a.m. to 12 noon, and of course you can watch us live on Facebook and on Twitter. Just type in Galaxy TV and you have to watch us live. And also you can actually download Galaxy Television app from Google Play Store and Apple Play Store. We are on Start Times and you can watch us on terrestrial as UHF 127. Okay, so anyways, today we're talking about lack of economic assistance, and that is very important for women, especially at this time. As a housewife, as a career woman, as an entrepreneur, as a single mother, you know, this is something that is very important for each and every one of us, and especially for women, because women are the home view, that women are the ones that keep it locked up. Okay, we have amazing guests today that will be joining us, but before I introduce my guest, I want us to go on a short break, and right after that short break we'll be here to discuss the topic, lack of economic assistance amongst women or for women. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Yes, I was a bit worried when I see them playing the tips already because not yet time. Anyways, I'm going to introduce my guest. Her name is Yetunde Laura. Yetunde Laura, we've been chatting since like last week, like back to back. I don't know, there's something special about her. Anyways, she is the CEO of Dream Body. She is a certified teacher. She's an empowerment advocate. She's also the health, wellness, weight management coach. Yetunde Laura, good morning. Can we have her on the screen, please?
Hello, good morning, Blossom. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you. She's all smiles. Okay, so let's get them talking because so that we're able to manage time. First, a lot of people probably don't understand what economic assistance is. And I know when I spoke with you, you were like, okay, so that means women, they should be supporting women, but I just laughed it off. So when we say economic assistance for women, can you kind of describe it in a very simple term that people would understand exactly why because some people will be like, why are you talking about it? What's the topic about? But we know what the topic is about because we are women and we know we need that. So in simple terms, so that people can understand, can you kind of elaborate why women need economic assistance and why there shouldn't be a lack of it?
First of all, before we talk about why we need economic assistance, I think we need to talk about what exactly economic assistance is, so we can just break up the topic into pieces. Economic, it comes from the word economics, like economy, and that basically describes the inflow and outflow of resources, right? And by resources, I mean, it could be money, that's currency, it could be time, it could be human resources, right? And then going to the word assistance, it means coming to somebody's aid, right? You helping somebody. And of course, the topic says economic assistance for women or in women. So it's us looking at the fact that women should be given support, aid, help, right? To be able to help their own personal economy, their family economy, and of course contribute meaningfully to the economy of the country, right? So why should women be supported? We know, as it is right now, our current reality is that women most times are relegated to the background, right? Women are often told that, that there's a president of this country that once made a statement that what is his own wife good for other than, for the other room and for the kitchen. That shows the mindset of most people in this our setting. And of course, we are talking based on our current reality. So you see a lot of people believing that the girl child does not need a lot of education because she would eventually end up in her husband's kitchen. She doesn't need a lot of money. What is she using money for, right? A girl child should just solely depend on every other person, her family, and by the time she's married off, she should depend on her husband. So what exactly does she need the economic empowerment for, right? So why should a woman be given the assistance she needs? Now, first of all, we need to understand that as much as a boy child is a child, is a human being, a girl child is also a human being. And now, every human being, before any other thing, have our own goals, our own aspirations, our own focus in life, our destinies, what we intend to achieve with our lives that will give us fulfillment. So for everyone, including the girl child, there's something that this girl wants to do with her life that will give her that maximum joy and fulfillment. Now, if she gets all the supports that she needs to get, she's going to achieve that goal, and in achieving that goal is going to positively influence, herself first, her immediate family, the community, and the nation. So if we want development, basically, why would we have to, sideline agenda and say these people don't deserve help because they would end up in the kitchen and the other room, right? So basically, for the fact that girls are also human beings who have their own goals and aspirations, women should be given every support needed to climb the ladder of their career, to achieve their dreams and aspirations, to be high flyers, right? So that is one major reason that women should be assisted economically. I hope I answered that question.
Yes, you did. You did justice to that question. So I just want to ask, you mentioned a boy child and also you mentioned the girl child. Now I want to bring it back a little bit. Now we know that some always believe that when it comes to growing up a child, a girl needs more assistance than the boy. Let's even start with the sanitary part, the education of don't touch. They sometimes sideline the boys. Don't touch a man. If you touch a man, you get pregnant. It's part of assistance, you understand? And I think economically, you're trying to even help the country, because if you don't educate that child, there are going to be a lot of babies and she's not even ready to take care of. So it's a lot on the society to handle. So if they're investing so much on the girl and leaving the boy aside, people complain. And sometimes you see some invest more on the boy because they will be like, for those that have this cultural belief and value that men are the ones that maintains the home name and the lady is just always out there. And some will still believe that though she's out there, she will always still come home with her kids and all of that, but the men will still be men. Now, what is your own take? What do you advise? In fact, what's your own opinion about this situation? What would you say for parents and for people that are around children, how they should be able to, help a child grow better and sometimes reduce the responsibilities they put on those children growing up? Like you said, something, a woman will take care of her immediate family, take care of her this, take care of her that. She already has that inside of her growing up. So what's your own opinion about the upbringing and the way parents should be able to actually help their girl child before we start looking for the womanhood economic assistance?
Yeah, thank you for that question. I personally believe that both boy children and girl children are equal, right? They are children. First of all, they are human beings. They are individuals, right? So whatever values you're going to be instilling into the girl child, you should instill into the boy child. Whatever values that will help them scale, that will help them live, that will help them to be proper adults in the society, that you are instilling into the boy child, you should instill into the girl child. Okay, a few days ago, I was in an argument on Facebook. Somebody made a post about girls keeping their virginity and boys should try to settle early and all of that. And I asked a question in the comment section, and I said, if girls should keep their virginities, what happened to boys' virginity? And then they said, all of us know that the reality, is that boys are judged based on their financial capacity, while girls are judged based on their purity. I'm saying, and I told the person, I said, that is an error. If you are building a child, a girl child, to be pure, why is a boy child built to be filthy? right? Why are you telling a boy child that his own purity does not matter? It is the girl's purity that matters. I think that is an error, right? I mean, if the boy is not pure, who is he doing it with? If it's not another girl child, why is your own child, your own girl child, supposed to be pure, while another person's girl child will no longer be pure? I mean, who is going to defile your boy if you don't expect him to be pure? So I believe that whatever values are basic for every human being to live right, to be a meaningful society member, then it should be instilled in both the boy and the girl. We should not, based on gender, spare some people and say, it's a boy, leave him, let him just do what he likes. And then the girl, you are so all on her, on discipline because she's a girl. And then eventually, what you're supposed to empower her with, the financial empowerment she needs, the educational empowerment she needs, you deprive her of that because it's going to help people.
I was really okay. Okay, yeah, the network. Okay, I think it is again.
Can you hear it?
All right. Laura, you just hold on a little bit. The network is fluctuating, so we could not get you. But right now that you're on track, you can continue. We're missing some part before.
Okay, so what was the last thing you heard, so I can start from there?
You're talking about the financial part and the how will I put it? The male and the female version of the virginity, where a man feels that he does not have to manage whatever virginity he has, and a woman is always termed filthy when she has to deal with all the stigmatization that comes with it.
Okay, thank you. So I was saying that if you are raising a girl child to be pure, right, to keep her virginity, and then you're telling a boy child that his own virginity does not matter, who are you expecting that boy child to be filthy with? Somebody else's daughter, not your own, right? And then you now place a demand on that other one to be pure. I don't understand the balance. Do you understand? Now, if you are raising a child to be financially stable, why are you not raising a girl child to be financially stable? Right? Why do you have to put in the girl child, that she is to be dependent all her life? I mean, it's okay, there are gender roles in marriage, but a girl child can also be financially stable. We have seen families that it is the wife that, because the husband is really not, maybe not capable, it is the wife that is doing the financial roles. Should we say that is not a good family? No. Do you understand? So instead of instilling in the girl child that she's supposed to be dependent all her life, let's train her to be independent, right? Let's train her to be financially independent and train both of them to be pure. Because you don't expect your boy to defile somebody else's daughter, while your own daughter, you are preserving her for another boy who probably the parent has thought that he is also to be filthy. Do you understand? And then you have raised an angel, in quotes. You have raised an angel, and then you are giving your angel out to a demon, or in quotes, a beast who is going to frustrate her purity, frustrate all the training that you have instilled in her. Does that make any sense? I don't think it does. So I personally believe that both boy children and girl children should be given basic life skills, should be given all the empowerment they need, should be given all the training that they need to scale and be their best in life. That's what I believe.
Thank you very much. That was well answered. I like what you just said, because every child needs to be treated equally. While you're instilling value in a girl child, do the same thing in a boy child. Recently during the weekend, a friend of mine, the kids came over to the house and they wanted to, stay just for the weekend. And while I was cooking, the girl was there. The girl is definitely the younger one. The guy is much older. He's like 21. The girl is still like around 10, 11, thereabout. So I was cooking and it got to the onion part. I was like, okay. I called the little girl. I said, yeah, come and cut onion. At the point, I just changed my mind. I said, no, you go and wash the dishes. You, the guy, yeah, you come and cut onion. I was like, that he doesn't know how to cut onion. No. I said, you don't have to cut onion, but you can eat onion because I heard you like onion very much. I was like, I don't know how to cut onion. I said, okay, what's the problem? I know it's fine, but what's the problem? Do you have an eye problem or something? I I was like, no, really. I said, if you have an eye problem, the juice is actually good for your eyes. It will clear up the dirt in your eyes. It's not like you're pressing it in, but that juice that, spreads around is good for you. I was like, no, that the thing is just that I entered Zion and he started crying. I say, oh, that's just the problem. Take knife, you cut onion. From henceforth, you cut onion, because when your wife is cooking, you can assist with maybe, okay, let me wash the pepper, let me do this. Not you will sit in the sitting room and you cross your legs, because except if she's a full housewife. If she's a full housewife, maybe because you know that is what she's doing, you're giving her everything she wants, fine, you might be able to say no. But even once in a while, you will still have to help out in the kitchen. You can't leave her just there. And while there, he learned. And afterwards, his face was red. I was like, you will get used to it. You can see the little girl was even cutting the onion. She wasn't even crying. She was, because she's used to it, you understand? But he is not used to it. So I think if we are doing the same, and when I dropped the children off, I told the mom, I said, please, make sure this guy is cooking. What, usually he cannot cut onion. He said, and he's a big chop onion. I said, okay. But you start doing that. So I think if we're trying to do for both parties, they will tend to learn. And I think at that point, it even increases the value of a man. Imagine, I've heard a lot of women say, my husband can cook. That's what I love about him. If I'm just indisposable, he's in the kitchen. If I can't do this, he can do it. And same thing with the man. If I'm not around, my wife can take up the task. She can do this. She can do. I think it just creates so much value for the both of them. Thank you very much for that one. So I have one more question I want to ask as regards women in this time now. So there's a lot of burden on women, and it's so much, especially during this time. You see that we've said this before on the show, I think earlier time, where women they have to understand that markets, the prices of things are increasing. So in as much as they're giving you something, money to buy something in the house, you might not get the value for the money you're taking to the market, because the price of food and everything has increased, even transportation. So at this point now, because we know the responsibility is too much, so what tactics would you advise women, before we come for the economic assistance from every other person, what tactics do you think a woman needs to employ to make sure that she's able to manage, her home at this point, not just even her home, her life generally? Because let's even talk about the people that are even single, the single mothers, understand, the men and all of that. How do you think they can employ tactics to be able to manage these hard times?
Okay, thank you. This advice goes to women because this is a women's show. But if you're a man, you're listening to me, it's also going to work for you. I just said I believe in balance, right? So here is the thing. As a person, the other time you were speaking, you talked about, except she's a housewife. I want to quickly add that even if she is a full housewife, she should be paid, right? If your husband is keeping you as a full housewife, let him pay you the value you would have earned out there. Be economically empowered. I know what I'm talking about. The heard of women that after their husband's death, they became destitute. They became so poor, right? Their husbands were rich, but they were never empowered. They were just busy doing full housewife all their life. That's one. Secondly, before you make your wife a full housewife, be sure that that's what she wants to use her own life to do. Do you understand? Like, that gives her full joy, full fulfillment. That's what she wants. Let her agree that this is what I want to do with my life. I just want to stay in the house, take care of the family. If that is all she wants to do with her life, it's fine. Then place her on, a monthly salary. Be sure she's well taken care of, and she has savings and investments. Okay? That is how to empower a woman who is a full housewife. Now, that said, as to answer your question now, as a woman, there are too many things you can do. Honestly, there are too many things that you can do as a woman to increase your financial capacity. I understand that there are some jobs that would not, allow you to take on any other side business. I mean, you can always, whatever it is you write in school, whatever it is you have flair for, whatever it is your passion is, you can get a job in that line, right? You can build a career. That's one source of income. But even apart from that, going by the question you asked me, that things are not very expensive, it means that you need more sources of income. You need to be a lot more economically empowered. So whatever salary you're being paid is never going to be enough to navigate this season and any other season. If you really want to thrive economically, if you don't want to be a burden, to your husband who is waiting for 15 naira to buy Maggi, right? You've got to learn to do your own thing. You've got to learn to venture into business. You can sell a lot of things. You can sell physical products. You can sell digital products. You can even sell your knowledge. You can get people to pay you for consultation, right? You can sell your story. For crying out loud, you can sell whatever it is you have gone through that you have been able to overcome. There are some people who are currently going through that phase of life and need to navigate. They would gladly pay you to coach them through that phase. You can write books. You can write books. You can do anything, right, to make money. You can even affiliate other people's products. For example, I have my products. You can sell them for a commission. Do you understand? You can do literally everything. If you are a photographer, you can take amazing pictures and put them on strategic, sites online that people have to pay they have to pay you royalty to use your pictures. There are so many things you can do to earn money. You don't have to keep depending on anybody for money. For example, there was a time I was obese. I was able to, transition to being fit and healthy. I am selling that story and people are paying me. There's really nothing you cannot earn from. For as long as you are able to sit down, ask yourself certain questions, right? You'll be able to determine what it is that will pay you and will financially empower you, right? I don't know if we'll be able to get there, but I can, give you a few tips on how to discover that next business to go into. But then, whatever it is, if you know how to make, cakes, you know how to bake cakes, you know how to make chin-chin, go ahead and do it and sell it, right? If you know how to make good clothes, you can do that during the weekend. And thank God the internet is available. You can even do anything and sell it across countries, right? You can sell your knowledge across the globe. You can sell your consultation. You can sell your services across the globe. You are no longer limited. So the reason we have people who are struggling financially is, first of all, a problem of the mindset. Once you know that you have opportunities everywhere that you can harness, the next thing is to learn how to harness them the best way to make you earn more income than you currently earn. And that's where you won't be considered as an economic burden to anybody. I hope I was able to answer.
Yes, you were able to. Thank you very, very much. We still have you, but while we're still having you, Laura Yetunde is still in the building. Not in the building, basically. She's on the show with me. So I want to quickly take, I talked to a chef of mine. We usually have a cooking section, fashion section, just to teach people how to make things. And I was like, so a lot of people, I tested some asun recently and I don't really like how the taste came out. So I had to ask this chef, please, can you just teach us how to have an homemade asun? I don't know how it looks. I don't know how, you understand. Maybe the way they prepare it outside different from the way they prepare it at home. But for people that like all this munchy at home on Saturdays with your husband, or you're just at home, you just want to sit in front of a TV, enjoy yourself with a bottle of whatever. I don't know what you take. So I told her, and she made a video. This is from Chef Tolu, making a homemade asun. So let's quickly see how to make a homemade asun. I will be right back to, of course, continue with Laura so she can give us a final advice before we let her go. Let's watch the homemade asun. We'll be right back.
My name is Tolu Lokbai Omoboje. I'm the head chef and operations manager of Fresh Fruity and Juicy Chops and Catering Outfits. Our Instagram handle is Fresh Fruity and Juicy _chops. Our TikTok handle is Fruity and Juicy. Our Facebook handle is Fruity and Juicy. I hope you follow us and engage us. We're always available to satisfy your healthy and every pleasures. Tell me, who doesn't love asun? But the thing is, it's quite luxurious. It's an expensive buy. So you can actually make asun in your house, right? So I've put together simple short step-by-step way of making asun at home and saving extra costs, so you can make as much as you want. Having carefully washed our protein, we oven dry and then put all the seasoning and spices together. You wonder what that bubbly thing is here. So you see, that's the kick to asu itself. You introduce as much as you want, you let it cook, it tenderizes your protein and gives that sweet, tangy flavor to your asun. See? And here you go. Asun is ready. In less than 45 minutes, your asun is ready. Enjoy. Have a lovely day and don't stop watching.
Right, welcome back. Thank you so much, Chef Tolu. You could hear her, she said don't stop watching Women's Corner because she's always on the show too whenever I call for her. Anyways, we still have Yetunde Laura. Yetunde Laura, before we let you go, I just have one final question while I also ask for an advice on what women should do in this situation. And the question is, what do you think are the reasons why women right from time has always lacked economic assistance? Because even if you go through your Google, it's a very quick thing and you will see list of why, and all of that, and why they are feeling this should be the solutions to the problem. But I want it to be from a human angle now. Yes, Google is Google, but let's bring it home, let's bring it to ourselves. Why do you think right from time, even before us, before our mothers, we have always had this issue with assistance, financial assistance, economic assistance? Why do you think we've always had that issue? And while you tell us the reason, can you give us a way forward from all of that? Like, yes, you've given some already, the empowerment, there are things you could do and all of that, yes, but in another way that we can reach out to even NGOs, even the government, because I know there are some empowerment program around all over the country whereby you can actually tap into and help yourself. But at the same time, I just want to know what is the problem? What do you think the problem was? And of course, are we getting it right now so that we can get the assistance that we need?
And I think the lack of empowerment that we are talking about is majorly a bias thing, right? Bias in the mind of those who do not give it, and bias in the mind of those who should have sought it, right? First of all, the woman herself is trained in such a way that she doesn't qualify for some things, so she's meant to believe, right? So when boys or men are going for their vision, she kind of holds back because she believes, I'm a woman, I can't go for this. I can't compete on the same stage with men. That's a bias that women ourselves have been, groomed with, sort of. And the society too have also been groomed with that bias that when you see a woman, there are some things she's not able to achieve, that she cannot do. So just don't bother her with those tasks, don't bother her with those things, don't bother with that kind of level of payment, that kind of level of promotion, that kind of empowerment and all of that. Now that is one. It could be a mental barrier. Now secondly, it is lack of knowledge on the part of women. See, yes, we understand that this barrier exists, but then there are several platforms that are giving grants to only women, right? Some of them give to both men and women. How many of them have you applied for? Before we start talking about, and they're not giving us, have you applied? Have you put in your best? The video pitch you were asked to make, did you do it well? Your proposal, have you submitted it? Have you pushed yourself out of your comfort zone enough to now claim that nobody is assisting you? Because as I said the other time I was on the show, nobody is going to hand you this empowerment on a platter. You've got to show that you're capable of handling it. For example, if I say I want to run an NGO now, and then I want to support businesses, you've got to show me that you've got something running for you, right? If I give you 5 million naira, I must be sure that you can handle it before I give it to you. So have you built yourself to that level of anybody giving you what you think you need to be empowered? If what you think you need is the assistance, you've got to start taking baby steps. Let people see you take action. Right from there, they cannot assist you to take further action, but nobody is going to start for you. Right? Start and build something that somebody can now buy into your vision and say, if you have been able to build it to this level, then I want to be a part of the next level. That is how to harness empowerment, right? But then seek knowledge, ask questions, look for sites that are given grants, apply. If you need help making the applications right, then do it. Get everything you need to get the empowerment that you want, right? I mean, everything you need to do that is legal, that is morally upright, right? To be able to get that empowerment that you think you don't stop at anything. Even if they're telling you, no, it's not meant for you, it's not meant for women, that should be a propeller to make you tell them that women can actually do more than they think we can do. We have women who are doing amazingly well. Why are you not aiming to be numbered amongst them? Right? So basically, that is the two major reasons that I feel that women are not currently being financially empowered. First is the mental barrier on the part of the woman herself and on the part of the society. And secondly, it is lack of knowledge. You see, the Bible says that my people perish for lack of knowledge. If you know better, you will do better. So start seeking knowledge. What was the second question, please?
Oh, basically, you've actually answered them, because while you were stating the problem, you're actually giving a response, a settlement to actually attacking the problem. So basically, you were just answering the book question, at the same time. At this point, thank you very much. I won't want to ask any questions because of our time. I have one more, but I know by the time you start talking, we'll take another 10 minutes. But so I'll just allow it rest right now. Maybe some other time we could bring up the topic, maybe later in the future. Hopefully, all women will stand up and learn to actually be on their feet, to not just, you see, the way the times are going right now, you can't leave on everything to your spouse. You have to also help, and you have to stand up for yourself. You have to be the voice that you want to hear and not other people's voice. Even if you want to hear other people's voice, let your voice be part of the voices that you hear. You have to talk to yourself first. Okay, at this point I just want to appreciate Yetunde Laura for coming on the show. Fantastic inputs today, amazing one. Thank you very much for joining us. And Yetunde Laura is the CEO of Dream Body. She's a certified teacher. She's an empowerment advocate. You heard her Spitfire already. She's a health, wellness, and management coach. Thank you so much, Laura. Our usual ritual is that you wave us goodbye and tell us bye while you go.
All right, bye everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, and that's all we'll be taking today on the program. But while we go, let's quickly go check our tips for to prevent choking. Kids, they eat, they run, they play. I was hearing a story one time from a colleague that said, why is it that when children is about to eat, that is when they start playing? Or when they have food in their hands or in their mouths, that is when they tend to play. Then you end up choking. Kids will just always be kids. They are growing up, so they just have to learn. But let's quickly go for this health talk, whereby you can prevent your children from choking, and also you can actually learn, because some people eat while talking. I think when you're eating, you try not to. I think I've choked one time like that. It was not funny. Like, I used to see people choke, but I didn't really even understand how deep choking is and what it can actually cause someone. I was choking, and literally even water at that point barely could help, because I was responding to someone. So let's quickly check the tips, and of course we'll wrap up the show right after that.
Few tips on preventing choking. Cut food into small pieces. Don't laugh and talk while chewing and swallowing. Chew food slowly and thoroughly, especially if wearing dentures, and less drinking of alcohol before or during meals. Keep marbles, beads, thumbtacks, latex balloons, coins, and other small toys and objects out of reach, particularly in children younger than 4 years old. Prevent children from walking, running, or playing when they have food and toys in their mouth. Supervise meal times with young children.
All right. So. All right, that'll be all for today on Women's Corner. I hope you learned. We talked about lack of economic assistance for women. And if you know you've missed this episode, you can go to Galaxy Television on Facebook and Twitter to watch us live. Up next is The Buzz, where we'll talk about the current affairs of the country as the weekend up until now. We'll be there to talk about. It's still me. There's your girl that's going to be there to host the program. So don't touch that dial. Stay with us. My name is Rose Blossom. Enjoy your day and bye for now.